Hello folks, I'm the Ghost with Knife and welcome back to more Mega Man X4. We're getting right into Zero's story, starting off with one of my favorite places to start with in this game. I know a lot of people do Magma Dragoon first, and I know my route's kind of weird, but I got reasons for doing what I'm doing, so just kind of bear with me. The first place we're going is actually going to be Frost Walrus. I mean, who could this guy be? Oh my god, it's so good to see you, you big snowball looking son of a goat. Oh, what's that? That looks kind of familiar. Is that Blizzard Buffalo from Megaman X3? Oh my gosh, it is! Holy crap, what you doing here? I remember you. Does that mean that the snow base is where Doppler City used to be? Is that what happened after the events of Mega Man X3? This entire place froze over? Well, I don't even remember where Blizzard Buffalo was after the incidents of that game, but like, it's really cool to see a direct reference to the last game here. There's all sorts of like frozen Mavericks and stuff here. It's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite parts about this game, and I didn't know who that was when I first played this game because I didn't play Mega Man X3 at the time. So as you can see, we kind of can't get what's up there, which is that extra life. Don't pay attention to that. But yeah, there's gonna be some crazy snowmen with like dynamite on their heads. But yeah, this is a really cool level, one of my favorites in the entire series. And then there's these crazy snow warriors, and what's this? It's got. Well, what was that? Oh, look, it's a snow block! Cool! So yeah, this game isn't, like, one of the hardest in the series. It's a lot easier than X3. At least in the beginning, for me, at least. But, as you can see, I'm just trying to demonstrate we can't actually deal with that. That we actually need a special weapon to get this heart tank, which is... I know a lot of people like to do Maverick Dragoon before this level because of that, to reduce grind, but... this has always been the first level that I play. And yes, I am back to 2 lives because I did have to stop my save from when I beat the first level. I should have I think 4 lives, but now now I have technically 4 lives. I should have had 5, my bad. I know how to count, I swear. And oh, look, it's spikes. Now the spike section in this area isn't the hardest thing. Like I said, this game is really not that hard of a game, which is, in my opinion, a really nice feature about Mega Man X4. It eases up on you with some of these levels. Now, there are some sections that I do find very challenging, but this is definitely not one of them. This is definitely an area you can kind of breeze through if you know what you're doing. But oh yeah, there's also icicles trying to kill us from above! I'm grabbing this mostly because I want the health, because I know what comes next. And I know how much health I have for this, and it's gonna kind of suck. Can't remember if it's right. Yeah, okay, it's just a simple drop. Okay, but yeah, we got these little crazy-looking frozen Mavericks. There's a bunch of frozen-over trees. Man, Frost Walrus' snow base brings back so many good memories. It's such a cool level. Now, this is a section that some people are gonna struggle with. Not me personally. Oh boy! As I literally almost kill myself. But yeah, if you kind of hug the right wall on the way down, you should be. Ready. I don't know why I died. Oh right, the hitbox on that little. So what happened was I got a little bit too close to that corner on one of these blocks, and I got smushed basically. It's yeesh. Normally, I'm pretty good about that, but I played it a little too carelessly this time. Ready. Look, I don't want to talk about it. It's been a minute since I played. Like I said, I struggle a little bit with this section. I'm playing on an emulator, not really. My brother's holding the controller. This is not making me look good in any way, shape, or form. There, we did it! Oh my gosh! It wasn't that hard! I'm just stupid. Now this part, I will admit, this next part is a little bit rough. In my opinion, this is the hardest part. Hey, look, it's Chill Penguin! Yeah. So in this ice level, you see both Blizzard Buffalo and Chill Penguin from Mega Man X 1. Yeah, this is a really interesting mini boss that always causes me a little bit of problems, just because I can't really find a way to reliably take the damage from this guy. Honestly, I tend to die a few times to this boss, embarrassingly enough. So, but if you hug, basically after the first wave, you don't gotta worry too much, because then he does this. Which this hit, I just don't think I can... Oh, cool, I can dodge it. But as you can see, he starts rocking it around, then he shoots little ice spikes, and then he starts going faster. He's a really tanky boss, but thankfully I didn't die to him this time. Good, and now we're in the snow base. We've stopped the thing defending the snow base, and holy crap, listen to that music. Hey, I'm just gonna let you get a taste as I just kind of start scrolling through this. Oh my god, I love Snow Base so much. It's one of my favorite levels. This is actually the first level I ever beat in a Mega Man game. And I think that's the main reason I like to start with this, because the first time I played this game, I played with Zero. And this was the first level I beat with Zero. And I'm super proud of it. Oh my god. I love the level design. I have a huge bias for this game, like I said already. So yeah, we've got these frozen blocks here. We got all sorts of weird energy transference going on. Where is all this energy going? That's what I want to know. Yeah, one problematic thing with Zero in this section is his melee does get rid of these blocks, which at times can be really nice, but at other times can cause you to take unnecessary damage like we just took twice. So yeah, the enemies leading into this aren't the hardest to deal with, but there's a reason I'm trying to take this top path. I kind of want to avoid that enemy. Okay. I got basically where I needed to. Because as you can see up here, there's actually a weird looking thing! Now why don't we just pick up and find out? It's an eat tank! Well actually, it's a weapon tank. So in this game, I don't quite remember if X3 had it in that game. If it did, then I'll put a nice subtitle in here. There's actually a way to restore your weapon energy and your life energy. Those other two E's, that's what the E tanks are. They actually restore your life in this game. It's super cool! And these guys are just trapped, and it's fun to watch them just kind of flail about. So let's hang on, I want the health. Look at these guys. Look at them go. Look at these little adorable little buggers. They're trapped! You friggin' morons. You can't get out of there no matter how hard. You don't got a sword. You don't got a weapon like X. You don't got a buster that can bust your way through it. Now for X's playthrough, I will be doing a different first boss, just to keep things interesting. And I will probably not do a typical route because I'm weird. Oh no! I actually kind of messed that up. So that's one of the best parts about the snow base, is that random intervals, these like weird like cryo phoenixes coming in will just flash freeze an entire area if you're not fast enough. Here's Repliforces are, in case you forgot what kind of base you're in. But you can kill them and make sure that they don't make those icicles that fall from the ceiling and potentially damage you. Thankfully the icicles are not instant death, but it is kind of rough to deal with sometimes. Now, as for life for dealing with this boss, I'm not too worried about it. I have fought in this boss so many times. I have their pattern down very, very well, so I'm not too worried about my health. But this section, it's almost unavoidable with Zero to stop this particular series of icicles. But a cool thing is you can actually block the icicles with your sword, and if you hit these guys, they explode into a bunch of like mini icicles and damage you. And that's the entire snow-based level. This unique little platforming section, a cool mini-boss, and deep within the snow base, our first boss for the series. And I am so excited for this. Let's get to it. Now, I'm not quite sure what the hell this snow base is doing, or what kind of weapon this is, but it's definitely a crazy looking weapon, I'll give it that. This is one of my favorite backdrops in the entire series. I've got so many memories of this. What's the blonde kid up to? I don't have time for you, Junior. Hey, shut up and fight already. Oh, that does it. You're going down. Frost Walrus. Look how big this dude is. Oh my god. Whoa, he's just jumping around trying to freaking body slam me. He's trying to use this place like a slip and slide. And yeah, this dude just starts sliding at you like an actual walrus. It's hilarious. So he's gonna do the, yeah, he does the full slide. He sometimes just slides on the ground instead of doing a body slam beforehand. But once he gets to half health, this boss turns into a drastically different boss. But yeah, wall tactics, much like with Blizzard Buffalo and Chill Penguin, work very well on this guy. But yeah, he can shoot these little icicle things! Whoo! They don't kill you instantly, but they'll make you wish they did. I'm gonna actually let him keep going just so we can get a little bit of a taste of what this guy does. This was one of my... Oh man, I love this boss. He's not a hard boss, but he looks awesome. And he's doing the thing! He's doing the thing! He makes a big old icicle. Now, I'm kind of throwing this fight intentionally so we can see what this boss does. But yeah, you can actually, like, destroy the icicles with your saber, and also you can just attack him while he's sliding. And that's Frost Walrus. He's not a hard boss, but he's honestly a really visually satisfying boss. That thud from when he jumps up and slams down, it's so cool. The icicles he shoots out of his cannons, I love so much about this boss. He's so cool. Oh man, and that's Frost Walrus. Not a hard boss, a lot like Chill Penguin, but a very fun boss in my opinion. And as you can see with Zero, instead of getting weapons, he learns techniques, and this is Hyuratsuzan, which down in the special meter button, which I don't really know what SM is supposed to mean. I think it's supposed to be like special meter, special move maybe, while jumping, which I will showcase off in a second in a level that I'm going to jump in. I'm actually going to jump into this level so I can show it off and then jump into a new level, just so you guys can see what it is. A dive attack, effective against surface enemies, which this weapon is actually going to be the weakness of the next boss we fight. And there, just like that, we got our weapon tank, and we have Hyuratsuzan. So we're going to actually jump back into this area, just so I can showcase the weapon, because I do really want to showcase what these weapons do. Ready. Just so you guys can get a taste of it. So, Hyuratsuzan, you got to use triangle and down as you jump. And I'm going to do it from above so you can see. You actually just like turn your sword into a giant icicle, and bam. And the best part about Zero's techniques is that he doesn't need energy for most of them, so we can just kind of spam them. Yeah, it's really cool. And once you're done with the level, like most of the levels, you can actually just sit there and escape the level afterwards, just so you don't got to go there and grind through the entire level. Anyways, we'll be back, because I'm going to take a slight break. I'm going to use the bathroom, grab a drink, and then we're going to get into the second level, and honestly, meet one of my all-time favorite Mavericks. Who could it be? Stick around and you'll find out. We're back, and it's time for one of my all-time favorite levels in the entirety of Mega Man X4. So the story of what's going on, before we get into it, just so you can understand, we're going through the underground of a city, and basically trying to chase down the Repliforce members that we found down there. But as you'll see, something happens. Without further ado, let's get into the rush that is the Marine base, and one of my all-time favorite Mavericks. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you again, you crazy son of a goat. Oh my gosh, it's the speeder from Mega Man X2! It's back! It's got the dash attack, it's got everything that we had before. It's beautiful, look at that graphics, it's black! Shouldn't have shot that. It's been a minute since I did this. I'm playing on it. I'm playing on a Wii remote. Not actually. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's a heart tank. Who knew that was there? I didn't record this a few times to get that. No, don't be ridiculous. But you can see we're trying to get through this this crazy looking shoot. Okay. Oh, I dashed a little too soon. Okay. So this level is a bit tricky. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It takes a lot of muscle memory, and I just don't have the muscle memory because it's been so long since I played this. But honestly, this is not the worst speeder section in the middle, and the worst. I'm losing what I'm trying to say because I'm trying to concentrate. Yeah, you can actually just kind of like dash up here to get up to this part more safely, which is what you should be doing, quite honestly. And yes, it is kind of necessary to shoot those things. I'm gonna dash through, and I missed the jump because I dashed too soon. This isn't the hardest speeder section in the X series, but I do struggle with it because of a lot of these speeder sections is just memory, and that's what makes it so painful. In my opinion, this is a lot harder than it was in Mega Man X2, but Mega Man X2 has like one part in particular about it that I really don't like. And once I get past this opening section, I shouldn't struggle too much because the second area, the only thing I'm gonna do is maybe intentionally die to get the other item, because that's right, there's a life tank, and there's actually, well, I should say there's an E-tank, and there's actually a heart tank, as you guys saw already. Okay, here we go, everything's blowing up, oh my gosh, what's going on? The city was bombed from underneath! Oh my gosh, and now we're on the second part of the level. So, I might die trying to get something. I might have to slow... Oh my gosh, it's Jet Stingray! Get him! He's trying to bomb us with stingrays! Oh my gosh! I will say, I love it when Mavericks actually interact with you in a level, which is why I think I love Jet Stingray so much. He's not just some faceless goon, he's like a Rekion. You get to interact with him in the level. If you dash there, you actually get to hit him and stop him from attacking you, which is really cool. And since I'm almost guaranteed to have to come back through this level because I've got there's the E-tank I missed. That's the end of the level too. So, thankfully we can continue from there with more lives. I'm not doing too hot on my return trip to the Marine base, but it is one of my all-time favorite levels. I love the music, I love the design, I love the speeder. As you guys can see, he actually just starts launching stingrays at you from the sky. Oh crap, I meant to shoot. I'm trying to focus, don't mind me. Not doing a good job at it. Yeah, he shoots freaking stingrays at you, which is a really, really cool thing that he does. Okay, I need to kind of focus because getting this E-tank is not the easiest thing to do in the world. But yeah, he shoots stingrays at you from behind and then starts dashing at you. It's so cool. Man, Jet Stingray, you're so awesome. Now, for this job, you gotta be really careful, just like that, and we got it on the... Oh my gosh! Put that in slow-mo real quick so they can see.
Jet Stingray is so awesome. Now, for this job, you gotta be really careful, just like that!
Okay, so that's what happens. At that last jump, if you don't go up top and you don't dash just right, you can actually dash over the E-tank, and it is absolutely heartbreaking sometimes. Oh, there's life here. I forgot about that. Holy cow. I didn't realize it just gives you life, but yeah, not only do we get life, we got life in our E-tank as well, which is fabulous. I don't mind the fact that I don't have energy. I didn't restart the recording because I died a few too many times in the Marine base. No, that's ridiculous. Anyway, let's go to the boss. And boy, howdy, this is one of my favorite bosses and one of my favorite areas. There he is, Jet Stingray. Now, before I read this, I want to explain what's happened. So we have been chasing these Repliforce members who basically have been in the sewers under a city planting bombs. And as you saw, much like with Sky Lagoon, another entire city was blown up by Repliforce, this time intentionally. And after we escaped the exploding sewers, we continue to chase Jet Stingray on our speeder across the frickin' ocean. So all of the things you see out here, this is like debris from like ocean battles and probably the city that we just basically had to speed our way out of as it was blowing up. And as you saw afterwards, Jet Stingray, we were actually chasing him through all this, and we were having like a cat and mouse game. It's such a cool sequence. It's a very fast sequence, but it's so satisfying. And one cool fact about Jet Stingray that I didn't realize until very recently, I thought he had hair. No, that's the beret he's wearing. I don't know how he's got like magnetized to his skull and it's not soggy as heck, but it must be like a metal beret or something. It's cool. I really like Jet Stingray, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's basically like a flying jet engine that is also amphibious. It's so cool. I love Jet Stingray. Ah! He's still after me! Enough of this! We settle this now! So one thing you'll notice about Jet Stingray is he's very fast! But actually, he's kicking my face in, don't mind me. It's been a minute. I think I have to do this! Which, that's right, you can actually get him as he comes down to dash at you with the dash attack. Sometimes you gotta be fast with it like that. Whoo! But his weakness is the ice move. Normally, all it does is just freeze him for a moment as I'm getting... There's actually a way you can do it so, like, you can get him... I'm gonna die here. Why I'm struggling so much with this boss, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because I'm trying to do, like, old tech that I haven't done in so long. The best thing you can do is, Oh, shoot! He's doing his thing. We're not gonna get to see it because I'm stupid. Yeah, Jet Stingray, in my opinion, is not a very easy boss with Zero, because with Zero, you have to, like, shoot it. With X, it's a little bit easier, as you will see when we come back with X. I'll show you the tech, don't worry. But there's a very important reason we're doing Jet Stingray second. He is, in my opinion, the most important boss for Zero to just beat the normal game with. And also, I just love this boss's design. I love his color scheme. Yeah, it's been too long since I've done this. But yeah, you can actually hit him as he like dives down. It's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna hit him with what I normally do. You gotta be very careful with how you hit him with the attack. Is one of the harder things about this boss, because he can actually damage you even if you freeze him. It makes this a very challenging boss for Zero, in my opinion. But you can also just hit him with their actual buster. And yeah, you can hit behind you with your thing too. I'm just gonna kind of hit him with this, because it's honestly easier to do this. But yeah, he can just flood the entire area with his stingrays, and it makes him a very challenging boss to deal with if you don't know what you're doing. Or you're just like me and you just have a frickin' moment of weakness where you just forget how this game's played. But yeah, then he comes down here and starts sucking you in with his big whirlwind gun. It's like a turbine he's got. It's super cool. And then he does that, which he starts doing when he's actually at half health, and I didn't realize how far I was in this fight. Am I gonna have to actually E-Tank? I might have to actually E-Tank. Which I'm kind of embarrassed about. It's been so long since I fought Jet Stingray with Zero. Without other upgrades, this fight is actually pretty challenging. Also, hitting him with his weakness isn't the most reliable thing. As you can see, the best thing you can do is let it space yourself out. Let him do that. This fight is a little tricky with Zero. It's about spacing. You want to stay in the middle, let him do that dash. Be careful of it because he can come out really fast with it and just rip through your health with contact damage. Okay. And then when he starts doing this, you can only get 2 swings in if you time yourself right. You want to stay in the middle as he flies. And don't take a bunch of unnecessary damage, because you're dumb and bad at the game. Oh boy. Jet Stingray. A lot of people say this boss is easy, and I'm not quite sure how. At least they say it's easy with Zero. With X, this boss really is no contest, but X is kind of like built for this game, crazily enough. Whereas Zero, in my opinion, is a lot better for the next game in the series, which is actually, outside of one other game, the last game I played in the X series, as I continue to just fail royally. Should be coming up here, and then we dash. Oh my gosh, he still does contact damage? The rest of the level is pretty easy. You just gotta, oh boy, don't take damage there, that's dumb. You're letting the people down, Ghost, come on. Alright, we got there. Lost a bunch of health, but that should get me back to full. Okay, we made it back to Jet Stingray. Now, hopefully I can have a better showcasing. Like I said, with Zero, it's a bit trickier. Because normally you can just, if you're good enough, jump up and just hit him with the icicle. The Hyora Suzan, like that. While he's actually over here. I think I might be able to actually... I messed it up. Oh, I could have done it. I could have showcased like one of the techs with this boss with Zero. Xiaomi did... Okay, I can do it this time. Dang it! He's coming down a little too fast for me right now. But yeah, one of the things you can do actually is if you actually just hug the corner in this first phase, it actually helps because the spacing he does for his diving attack gives you just enough room to hug this wall. Now I'm gonna stop doing it here in a second because he should be coming down for the big suck, which actually can suck you even if you're out of the water, which is crazy. I wanted to hit him with it. Where's he? What's going on? But yeah, honestly, Jet Stingray is a boss you can beat first without the Frost Walrus weapon, but I just wanted to kind of showcase that is his weakness. Come on. So there's a tech you can do if I wasn't so bad at the game, where you can actually get him with the icicle as he's coming down. It takes a little bit of correct spacing, but you can do it. Also like that you can do it. And then like he'll dash up. But once he's dashing up, it's very hard to hit him because the frames to hit him are a little bit trickier. Oh shoot, it's the red stingrays, cool. And I died to them. So the cool thing about the red stingrays is if once you start shooting those, instead of just going across the screen, they'll actually go straight down if you're underneath him. If you're underneath the stingrays and you like dash, they'll just dive straight down. Like I said, I'm not doing too hot against Jet Stingray. He's one of my favorite bosses, but I'm very, very rusty to fighting this boss, and I'm just not having an easy time doing the tech. So yeah, just hug the corner. These things are slow enough that you don't really gotta worry about them, but yeah. Corner strats, like a lot of bosses in the series, are very reliable. It's been a minute. I keep forgetting that I can just hug the corner if I need to. And I just took unnecessary damage. A lot of unnecessary damage from something that is very easy to deal with. You don't need to dash. I like to dash. It makes it a little bit more fun. There we go. We got him this time, boys. So then he should come back over here. So yeah, these are his little stingray attacks, and he'll come sliding down, which is a little rough to deal with, actually, if you don't get rid of the stingrays like I didn't. As you can see, I took a bunch of unnecessary damage. But once he hits half, this fight turns into a very different fight. As I am demonstrating perfectly, because I am doing terribly. Why am I struggling so much with this boss? Oh, shoot! There goes his big move. This is what happens when he hits half. He actually starts diving all over the place. But we're not going to deal with it anymore, because I ain't freaking struggling with Stingray anymore. But after half, he'll do his big, instead of doing his turbine, he'll actually just start dashing up and down like a jet, and it's super, super cool, as you saw. And I shouldn't have struggled as much with this boss as I did, but I did. And we got the job done in the end. That is Jet Stingray's level, the Marine base. And now we got Hien Hyaku, which is the most important thing for Zero to get early on, in my opinion. Outside of Split Mushroom's weapon, or technique, but that technique is a little bit harder to get without a certain weapon, so that's why we didn't do that one first. Dash button while jumping. May be executed in the air. Basically, you can air dash now with Zero, and that is the main reason I do this route. As long as, you know, you don't fail miserably like I did to Jet Stingray. Anyways, that is all the time we got for this episode this time around. I took way too much time beating Stingray. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time for more Mega Man X4.